All right, I think we're good. All right.
Okay.
So, what is your desired career?
So when I first came to UF, I wanted to do like sideline reporting, like Erin Andrews. Like I'm from New York, so like coming here was I was like she was like one of my biggest reasons I wanted to come here. I've always wanted to work for like Fox Sports. Like I'm just like a Dallas Cowboys fan. Like Fox has always just been like my number one like network that I wanted to work with.
Mm.
Then when I got here, I took a couple classes and learned more about working like inside of an organization, like or a team. And I kind of like shifted to wanting to do that. But then I shifted back to wanting to broadcasting. So I think as of now, I like want to be on outside of the camera, like on the in front of the camera, I guess, instead of like behind the scenes. But really, like I would be down to do anything. I guess my like dream career would be sideline reporting.
Awesome. You said you're from New York.
Yeah.
So, what would that mean that would you rather like a job sideline reporting for a New York team like the Knicks? Is that something like you grew up wanting to do?
So I never really was a big like New York team. The only New York team that I'm like in love with are the Yankees. My dad's a huge Giants fan. I've been to like every Giants game you could imagine. Like just he's like dead, like diehard Giants fan, and I'm a Cowboys fan. So we like that kind of stuff. But I don't know if I want to go back home to do like sideline reporting or anything. I'm kind of like flexible. I think I could end up anywhere really. But I would probably prefer to stay down here now that I'm down here or wherever it takes me really. But yeah, and plus during like the pandemic now, and since we all have to go like forward since this all happened when we're seniors, or at least I'm a senior, New York and like the Northeast are like completely shut down, and like jobs there are just really, really hard to get since like no one's really like I don't know, it's not like back to normal like it is down here.
Mhm. What would you say that you're doing now to like kind of move forward? You said you were a senior. What is your projected route that you think you're on? Like, what would you say is your next step out of here to reach sideline reporting for the Dallas Cowboys?
Yeah, so I my internship for last summer got canceled. It was just like an internship with it was back in New York. It was in the Yankee organization, but like not doing like just like little stuff. It wasn't like a major like inside like with players and stuff. Like I used to what like sophomore year when I took a class, I wanted to do player development, and that was like really what I focused on then all last year. And then I got into the reporting class again. I was like, oh my God, I'm changing back. I want to do reporting. So now, since I kind of get the chance to like redo an internship and have to kind of be a step behind, um, I've just literally I do ESPN Gainesville, and I write there and I do a little on air things like trending nows and I'm not like in front of the camera, just radio stuff. But I don't have anything lined up as of now, which is kind of scary and I don't know like what's next, but I'm kind of just hoping I can apply to like everything basically and then hope that you only need one yes, and that's
Yeah,
what I'm
I agree.
banking on. Like, so yeah.
Is there anything specific that you'd look for right after this? I know you said anybody that would say yes to you is something you'd obviously jump to do, but is there something specific
Yeah.
that you'd like?
I'd prefer to stay in like Florida now. Like I've just kind of like built my whole like my life here. My family's back in New York, but like now like I just have like a whole like my life is in Florida. So I would like to move to like Tampa or like the Miami area, work with one of those teams, either football or baseball or Miami like basketball too. That would be like one of where I'd be searching. That's where I have been searching. Maybe even Orlando. Florida has a lot of like big cities that I could definitely get involved in. I know it's not typical to like start big, like in
Mhm.
those big organizations, and so a lot of people start in like high school and stuff. So I guess where I'd want to end up is probably like Tampa or Miami, and hopefully get into something bigger than just like broadcasting high school sports.
Okay. Um, Going back in life, did you play sports growing up? What really made you want to get into the sports world?
Yeah, I played and like everything you could imagine. Like I played softball. Well, I played basketball my whole entire life. Like since I could dribble to senior year, like always basketball. And then I switched between softball. I played lacrosse. I played soccer. I played tennis. I was just a three-sport athlete every year. Only basketball is my consistent one because I really wasn't obsessed with like fall or spring sports.
Mhm.
And I danced. So like I was just kind of like everything. But my family's just really sports oriented. Like I said, my cousin plays for Syracuse basketball. I have a couple cousins that play like Buffalo football, or like my cousin who's a girl, she played D3 basketball. So like everyone's always played sports. I just didn't want to continue really with sports, like playing them. I knew I wanted to always work with them because like for girls, I feel like we don't get like this, like I could play basketball in college, but I'm not going to go make as much money as a guy would in the NBA.
Fair.
So it's not like I was going to go anywhere after college. I was going to be like super, super successful. So I just kind of like had that my whole high school and wanted to just end it and work in sports and like have a college life instead of continue to play.
You said basketball is your favorite, most consistent sport. Who's your favorite team slash player?
Professional or college?
Either or.
So college, I always liked UNC. And then when my cousin was going through all of his stuff, he actually got an offer from Duke. So then his like top six were Duke, Penn State, Notre Dame, Syracuse, and Boston College. So then I had to be like, fine, I gave up my UNC and now I'm a Syracuse fan, of course.
Okay.
And I follow them like a lot. Like I know a pretty good amount about Syracuse basketball, but professional. I like am not a huge NBA fan like to watch, I guess, because I don't know. I like college sports better, but I was a Chicago Bulls fan. I was really like obsessed with D Wade, but
That's
I, that was really
my
it. It
favorite
wasn't
player.
like anything I followed. Yeah. When I was in high school, a kid who went to my high school, his name's Jimmer Fredette. You probably don't even know
And
who he is.
I know exactly who Jimmer Fredette is.
Oh yeah, so like I watched the Kings a lot when he was there, and then I used to go to those games all the time because he's really close with my cousin who plays Syracuse and my family because he grew up. My uncles are coaches at my high school, so like
Okay.
it's just very. He was my uncle was my coach. My another uncle's a boys coach, so like we've just been around sports my whole life.
Fair. So
Yeah,
you said you're a big Syracuse fan, but you
yeah,
grew up, I'd say, a big UNC fan. You
yeah.
know they play tonight.
I do, and
Are you are you torn, or are you like, you have
I've
to go
switched
check?
my heart to Syracuse. I really have. Mostly because now, like, I liked, I don't know, like old UNC, I guess, like when I was in middle school and high school, like I knew those players more. And then now that I just don't follow them or like pay attention as much, I'm all like, I just know more about Syracuse. So like and I know the kids that play with him, like from being there and stuff. So it's like cool to like actually watch them and like root for them and want them to win and stuff. So
Nice. Were you a big Tyler Hansbrough fan growing up?
yes, kind of.
Who is your like favorite UNC basketball player that you got to watch?
That I got to watch.
I mean, unless it's I mean, everybody could say Jordan because he went to Carolina, but
Yeah, I mean, I guess I only watched like I mean, I watched him on TV or whatever, but I honestly liked the team 2 years. So his freshman year. So I got to watch UNC and Syracuse play like courtside, and I got to meet some of them,
nice.
because like I always get to go in early, and I loved the team like with what Jones' brother played. Was it Tyus?
Yeah.
Or what, yeah, he was the one there. I don't know, I just like I'm more of like a team like and coach person rather than
Okay.
individual college player because I feel like since we're in college we know that they're like us and like you work with them so they're like
Yeah.
just your friends.
Exactly.
Like pros I'm like oh my god because I'm me, but like college players now that my cousin's one I'm like oh you're just like cool, so like I like the team more than like the person.
Respectable. I like it.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna stop.